Welcome everyone to part 2 of What If the Universe 6 Saiyans became Z-Fighters. This time we move into the Goku Black arc. What adventures does it have in store for our heroes? If you like this sort of content and want to see more, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss another video. Also, I have a lot of new subscribers, and I know you're looking forward to What If Goku Was Betrayed, part 3. And that is coming on Saturday. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin with the story. Future Trunks had just arrived from the future, getting ready to attack Caulifla and Goku. Cabba makes a comment asking how Trunks got so tall, but before he finishes the sentence, Trunks attacks Goku. He makes one slash and then another towards Caulifla. When neither hits, he fires one burning attack that vaporizes the gazebo. Goku simply jumps out of the way, but Caulifla tanks the attack head-on, showing off Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. Trunks continues the attack, with Caulifla commenting on how reckless this dude was. Caulifla had the advantage against Trunks, only for a little bit, until finally Vegeta gets in the way, stopping the battle. He asks what the hell is going on, with Trunks yelling that that woman was responsible for killing nearly everyone he knows. Caulifla says that she would never hurt any of Trunks' friends. Trunks asks how she knows him. Vegeta tells everyone to calm down and talk about this, which Goku and Caulifla stare at him. Vegeta was saying that? Vegeta introduces future Trunks to the Universe 6 Saiyans. They are very confused by all the time travel stuff, however. Goku tells Trunks to trust Caulifla. Even if she did kill people in the future, it's not too late to stop her and change her. Just look at the androids. Trunks looked down at the ground, until Caulifla comments that she wouldn't kill anyone unless they pissed her off. Everyone glares at her. As they continue to talk about this, a huge rip in space and time appears over Capsule Corp. Someone that looks just like Goku enters through the portal. It was Goku Black, and he had followed Trunks with the time ring. Goku is the one to challenge him. After all, how often do you get to battle yourself? The present Saiyan is obviously stronger than Goku Black, pushing him back through the portal. That's when Trunks continues to say that yes, that was also part of the problem. That Goku Black guy. Soon, Beerus and Whis arrive. They are annoyed at the use of time travel, but want to investigate. Beerus explains that he is not helping them, but in order to stop Caulifla from possibly destroying future Trunks' timeline, they are going to keep an eye on her, placing her in magic handcuffs. Goku asks why they don't keep an eye on him, and they say that Goku's ki was different than the one that came through the portal. That may look like Goku, but that's definitely not him. Caulifla tries to argue, but Beerus says that until they feel future Caulifla's ki, they need to keep an eye on her. Goku wants to investigate too, however, and as the gods depart, Goku jumps into the portal, and soon enough, he's in front of Gowazu and Samazu. They ask just what's going on with Caulifla, and before she can answer, they tape her mouth shut. She is way too loud-mouthed to be hanging around gods. They say not to worry about it. She's just some criminal they caught. They're going to turn her in and get her destroyed eventually. Caulifla's eyes widen. Goku's excited to see the Zamazu guy, and he asks him for a fight. The two clash overhead, with Goku being clearly stronger. Zamazu takes note of this, but he also takes note of the fact that Goku explained after the battle that yeah, he's strong, but Caulifla over there is already catching up. She may be stronger than himself one day. She has incredible potential, unlike anyone he's seen in years, even obtaining Super Saiyan 3 in just a few months. This sparks Samazu's curiosity. Once they return to Capsule Corp, Whis and Beerus continue to keep an eye on Caulifla, while Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Kale, and Cabba head to the future. Once there, it's not long until Goku Black appears. Goku and Vegeta say that Cabba and Kale should show off their new power against them, and take this as a test. They fight, with Black doing extremely well. Cabba especially is losing as a Super Saiyan 2, while Kale is in her controlled Super Saiyan state. She's keeping up a little bit better, but Goku Black is cocky. Goku and Vegeta facepalm, seeing that they're completely out of sync. Without Caulifla, their formation's completely off. Cabba is thrown away by Goku Black, while Kale continues to fight. She's actually getting angrier and angrier. Frustrated at the fight, she continues to ask, where is Caulifla? She keeps hearing about this evil Caulifla and she just cannot believe it. But Kale is simply shot down from the sky and falls on Cabba. When she opens her eyes, she sees that it wasn't Goku Black who blasted at her. It was Caulifla, all dressed in black with an evil grin, twisted by the lives she has taken. Caulifla crosses her arms and leans back on Goku Black, saying,
"Hello, Kale."
Kale's eyes shake with anger and confusion. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks burst into their Super Saiyan forms. Goku demands an explanation. How could Caulifla become evil? The Caulifla they knew is a prideful warrior, full of drive, not a murderer. Caulifla laughs dubiously. She explains that she is not, in fact, Caulifla, but instead a Kai of old. He was found by Goku Black and convinced that mortals should be killed off, along with the Kais and the gods of destruction.
You see, we are not who you see us as. We are both Zamasu. He stole Goku's body, the most powerful man on Earth. He also convinced me to steal the body of the mortal with the most potential, which in Goku's eyes was Caulifla.
She goes on to explain that after she took Caulifla's body, she laid waste to the real Caulifla and killed the rest of the weak Universe 6 Saiyans. During the battle against them, she realized that Kale probably had even more potential than Caulifla. That power was uncontrollable. When she killed the real Caulifla, Kale went berserk, destroying Earth. That power was incredible, but he may lose control if he used it. When hearing of Caulifla's demise, Kale's body exploded in power, just like Zamasu had warned. Cabba was blown back, though he tried to get her to gain control of her strength. Even Goku and Vegeta were shocked. She hadn't been rageful in a long time, and this time it was even worse than before. Even so, this may be what they need to win. Kale rushes to the two evildoers, crashing and bursting her ki to make them go flying off. She pursued them, grabbing them by the legs and slamming them back down. Kale then smashed her arms down in a hammer fist against Goku Black. She turns to do the same to Caulifla Black, who simply stares at her with big, sad eyes. A wave of emotions went flying through Kale's mind. She couldn't kill her best friend. She slowly put her hands down, but screamed in pain as Goku Black pierced through her back with a key sword. Kale spat out blood on Caulifla Black's top, falling over to her side. The Z fighters yelled out a no, all rushing towards her aid. Cabba grabbed onto Kale, taking her by the time machine. Meanwhile, Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku battle Caulifla and Goku Black. It's a hard-fought battle, though the bad guys were a little more hurt because of Kale. Goku and Vegeta led the charge, but soon realized that their tactics were too sadistic. Vegeta was stabbed multiple times, while Goku was blasted in the stomach. Their training with the Universe 6 Saiyans had made them stronger and able to continue fighting, but this combo of Caulifla and Goku were also stronger than regular Goku Black and Zamasu would have been. While backed up against the corner, Caulifla Black and Goku Black both power up their auras to reveal a brand new transformation, Super Saiyan Rose. This turns the tide of the battle in their favor. Cabba yells at Goku and Vegeta that Kale is losing a lot of blood, that they need to get help ASAP. Goku and Vegeta reluctantly retreat as Trunks struggles to protect them and his world, causing a Super Saiyan Rage transformation. This buys them just enough time to escape and return to the past. Once there, they immediately take Kale to Dende, who heals her. Caulifla, who was still with Beerus and Whis, senses that Kale is back. She tries to tell Beerus and Whis, and the annoyed Beerus agrees to go see them again. Once there, Caulifla sees Kale hurt on the ground. The healing is taking a while, as the wounds are deep. Caulifla is extremely angry, yelling at Beerus to take off her bindings. Beerus says no, but Goku interrupts him by saying that Caulifla is not the problem. It is instead Zamasu, who had stolen Caulifla's body, just like he stole his own. Beerus couldn't believe that a Kai would do such a thing, but agrees to investigate further, going to Gowazu's planet with Whis and releasing Caulifla. In the meantime, Caulifla promises revenge for what they did to Kale. Once Kale opens her eyes, she hugs Caulifla tightly, telling her to never look at her the way she did when they fought. This broke Caulifla's heart, assuring Kale that that woman was not her, and they would take her down together. The team was set once again. This time, Gowazu and Shin accompany them into the future. Neither of the Zamasu in this story is immortal, but they more than make up for it by being much stronger than Black and Zamasu from the original story. Before returning to the future, the team tried to come up with ideas. Goku and Caulifla discuss each other's weaknesses. Even if it is a different being using their bodies, they must still have some things they do the same. They are set to exploit just that. With that, the team headed towards the future, where Mai and Trunks continue to use guerrilla tactics on the gods. The arrival of the heroes alerted Caulifla and Goku Black, allowing Trunks to get a surprise attack and blast the pair. They stopped themselves in midair, only to be ambushed by Vegeta and Cabba. The Saiyans were slammed down to the ground, where they are stomped on by Kale. When the villains cleared their vision, they saw a twin blast from Caulifla and Goku. Caulifla Black and Goku Black fired back Kamehamehas, which exploded against them. Once the smoke cleared, Trunks sees the two pairs battling out overhead. The two evildoers are clearly fighting on the defensive, especially once Vegeta, Cabba, and Kale continue to help out. Goku and Caulifla Black realize that there's nothing they can do but rely on their ultimate weapon, the Potara. They fuse into Caoliku. This ultimate fusion is unpredictable, using moves such as Judgment Ray, Kamehameha Stream, and meteor crush. The Z Fighters are suddenly pressed against the wall. Caulifla curses under her breath, saying,
Damn it! These guys just won't let up.
Cabba replies saying, well, one of them is you. Caulifla punches the back of Cabba's head in response to that comment. Goku tells them to stay cool and focus as they figure out a plan, while everyone argues about what to do and stays on the defensive. Kale comes up with an idea.
What if we to use those earring things?
Goku and Caulifla look at each other, and Caulifla is immediately sick at the idea. She does not want to fuse with that old man. But Kale timidly says that she wasn't talking about him. Kale and Caulifla look at each other, smiling. The two fist bump and look at the Kaioshin. Goku and Vegeta say that this is their battle now, but they don't want to stay behind. They will help out. Looks like once again, it's time for Vegito. Fuse Zamasu begins to use the multiform technique, creating more and more versions of himself, while Trunks and Cabba try to defend themselves. They actually do pretty well, all things considered. After all, they are students of Vegeta, and their combined Gallic gun is at least enough to keep some of them away, while the others fuse. Once the blinding light sets off, Vegito rises up, but he doesn't say a word. Instead, he lets Kefla do it. She flips overhead, a wolf of air pushing everyone back. The two fusions get ready to attack.
Kale and Caulifla together? That means the future's gonna get one good kick in the face. Let's go, Black.
Vegito tells Kefla to take care of the main one. They will take care of the rest. They shoot a thumbs up to each other, and the fight begins. With Vegito and Kefla arriving, Vegito fights the multiform technique, while Kefla fights the main Zamasu. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta uses a giant spirit sword, destroying multiple Zamasu at once. The main Zamasu is about to intervene, but is grabbed by Kefla, who says, "No, your focus is on me, Zamasu."
How dare you take my body?
She glares at him and uses a ray blast in a fit of rage. The evildoer is blown back, but Zamasu catches himself in midair and uses absolute lightning, striking the ground over and over again as Kefla and Vegito dodge. He had made enough space between them to distract them, but they were doing extremely well against them. It was clear to Zamasu that they were trying to reach him, slowly inching towards him. As Vegito and Kefla continue to edge closer towards him, he commands his army to create a barrier in front of him. Kefla says they don't have time to deal with this, and Vegito quickly thinks of something. Grabbing Kefla by the back of her shirt, Kefla protests, asking what the hell he's doing. Vegito simply says, "Trust me," and with his other hand launches a final Kamehameha downwards, using the propulsion to launch Kefla over all the Zamasu clones. Kefla yells at him on the way up, but realizes that he gave him the perfect opening. Looking down to see Zamasu still focused on his army and Vegito approaching, Kefla takes this chance to fire a gigantic burst down at Zamasu, while Vegito fires a final Kamehameha through the barrier, creating a giant key cross. The various Zamasu scream in pain as they are disintegrated. Vegito and Kefla defuse, the whole team racing to hug them, with Trunks and Mai thanking everyone. But they hear something from the rubble behind, turning around to see fused Zamasu, hurt but still standing and alive. Zamasu doesn't say a word, he simply pants. Shin takes a step forward, telling Zamasu that it's over. But Kale interrupts him, asking,
You're afraid
"Of you."
of death?
I was supposed to be the savior, but I was defeated by a slave.
You know, Zamasu, you think that order and chaos are somehow opposites. You try to control what won't be. But even through our failures, there is something we value more than the order you sought. I think you missed that.
You're all doomed. Shin once again takes a step to the front, standing up for all his mortal friends. Yes, but a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's a privilege to be among them. I wish you could have seen that too. Zamasu is angry by this statement, preparing one final attack against Shin, an attempt to kill the thing he hated the most. A friendship between a mortal and a god. But Kale, Caulifla, and Cabba all rush to his defense, and with one final blast, defeat the menace. Finally, it was truly over. The team heads back to the past, with Gohan congratulating everyone on their job well done, and promises to join them on their next adventure. Though Mai and Trunks are set to return to the future, Mai offers up the idea of returning after rebuilding Earth, and instead staying in the present Earth. Beerus is completely against it, but Caulifla comes to their defense, and argues that it isn't fair, that they have suffered enough. She tells them that they are at least welcome to planet Sadala anytime. Beerus doesn't argue any longer. They wave goodbye to Trunks and Mai, but as they leave, Goku turns around to tell everyone that the next adventure is right around the corner, as he had a meeting with Zeno. Him, Shin, Whis, and Beerus head over to stand in front of the Grand Priest and the Lord of All. Once there, Zeno explains the rules of the tournament, including the possibility of a destruction of the universe. But Goku thinks that, though it sounds fun, he wishes to fight alongside his students. They aren't ready to face him just yet. Zeno thinks for a moment, then snaps his fingers.
Wow, I have an idea. What if we make the tournament a team-based one? Twin universes versus twin universes. We call it the Twin Tournament of Power.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm really excited to see how the Tournament of Power will turn out. After all, this is a Twin Universe tournament. Be sure to tune in on Saturday for the Frieza saga of What If Goku Was Betrayed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SmugstickDB and on TikTok at Smugstick. Anyways guys, until we meet again. See ya!